Podcast, Jebuth. Sling, spiral, winged, hearts pump. Thing, feral, inked, art slump. How much life need to know what books to read, imagination to ride, if they got no one saw made avail. Large needle, patch the sail. Powered by wind, victory to win. Feels of being, best sleep lost. Cost of championship, rest won, it over, no snooze, lifespan lose, moderation, medium consume. A coma parade party, victim float on roses, softest petal, less of all of it. Forehead bang against metal, clang till it done. Checkered flag hallucinations, wave done. I read a book, Blockchain Basics, a non-technical introduction in 25 steps by Daniel Drescher. This is kind of cool. I don't know what it's like, a business book or whatever, but basically it breaks down blockchain super, like blockchain for dummies. It's just done in a really well written way with like an easy to understand metaphor, 25 different steps. And I thought I understood or knew a lot about blockchain, but after reading this, I realized I didn't know anything. Let me read you the back. In 25 concise steps, you will learn the basics of blockchain technology. No mathematical formulas, program code, or computer science jargon are used. No previous knowledge in computer science, mathematics, programming, or cryptography is required. Terminology is explained through pictures, analogies, and metaphors. The book bridges the gap that exists between purely technical books about the blockchain and purely business-focused books. It does so by explaining both the technical concepts that make up the blockchain and their role in business-relevant applications. And it just does it really well. Yeah, so it's a business management book, beginning to intermediate, and learned a ton. So if you're interested in blockchain, I highly suggest that book. I don't know, it's cool. And been watching a ton of movies, so let me try to go over some here. I got from the library two movies that I saw. One called Kimmy, directed by David Soderbergh, starring Zoe Kravitz. And this came out 2021. It's kind of like one of those pandemic movies, but it's really, I mean, dude, Zoe Kravitz kills it. Steven Soderbergh kills it. This girl kind of works for like a company that's going private, or no, about to launch an IPO with a Surrey type thing, and here's a crime on it. And I don't know, I liked it a lot. It felt really intense, and it's great. So Kimmy, highly recommended. Saw from director Sean Baker Red Rocket, which again is another one of those pandemic movies, and this movie was fun, dude. It's starring Dirt Nasty, Simon Rex, the old school rapper dude, and it takes place in a small town in Texas when this dude leaves his porn career to go see his wife and ends up falling in love with the chick at the donut store. And like, I don't know, it's fucking good, dude. I love the fucking small project directing, and this really handled it. So 2 thumbs up on both of those, Kimmy and Red Rocket. Let me see here. I saw, which I got confused but didn't know, and like whatever, but The Crazies. This is the remake, so I think I got it confused with the original. The original was done by Joe Dante. This one stars the dude from what was it, Justified or whatever. The Crazies Fear Thy Neighbor. Horror thriller apocalypse thing. I liked it. I don't know. It's like one of those ones you just didn't know was around, and I thought it worked out really well. And then I saw, I love John Woo, so I always try to watch anything John Woo, and this was kind of weird. This is starring Dolph Lundgren, directed by John Wilm, called Blackjack, and it's a action super thriller type deal, but I think it was like a made-for-TV movie in Canada or something. It has that John Woo flavor for random scenes. The movie's kind of cheesy, I feel, but I don't know. I just like to know I've seen everything from John Woo, Humanly Possible. And I went to the movies this weekend, and I saw Radical, which is awesome. It's brand new, directed by Christopher Zala. Let me read a little synopsis here. In a Mexican border town plagued by neglect, corruption, and violence, a frustrated teacher tries a radical new method to break through the students' apathy and unlock their curiosity, their potential, and maybe even their genius. And I gave it 5 stars. It's at 3.9 on Letterboxd. But it's really good. It's just basically a story of a guy who, in a poor town where kids are supposed to have computers and the government says they do, but they really don't. The corruption's rampant, and uh, it's just really well put together, kind of a heartwarming, touching story. And what else I saw? Oh, I saw American Underdog, which I thought was also super heartfelt. That's the Kurt Warner story. True story based on him and his wife. Basically, nobody wants him. He's from a small school. He's working at the grocery store and ends up being the MVP of the Super Bowl. Super fun. And last night I saw, which I'd never heard of, but I kind of liked it, the Rhineman Exchange, based on the novel by Robert Ludlum, author of The Bourne Ultimatum. This is an espionage made-for-TV movie from 1977. During World War II, an intelligence officer is dispatched by the U.S. government to arrange an exchange in Argentina of industrial diamonds needed by the Germans for a secret gyroscope needed by the Allies. And it's fun. It's broken into like it's probably 3 nights. It's like 3 chapters if it was on TV. But it's fun. It's old school, TV movie, but done really well. And you can see like where that kind of spawned into the Bourne identity. Which is cool. And then I saw from Radiance Films, directed by Alain Cavalier, Fll'er Up with Super. And this is a French film from 1976. It's considered a comedy. It's kind of like it is a buddy road movie, which is cool because you don't see too much of that in like Europe. But I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. Fll'er Up with Super. And then I also saw, finally, which I had never seen before, The Others from Nicole Kidman, or not from Nicole Kidman, with Nicole Kidman, directed by Alejandro Almodóvar. And I love Nicole Kidman. Alejandro Almodóvar. I do speak Spanish, but I don't know why I can't say his name. Yeah, he did Tacitus and The Sea Inside Me. He does all these cool, like, really good stories. And this is, it is horror, but it's like terror about a haunted house. And if you haven't seen it, it's got a crazy, wicked twist at the ending, and it's fun. A lot of fun. The Others, sooner or later, they'll find you. It's basically like a haunted house movie, but fantastic. And it's been out forever. I think a lot of people have seen it. I just never seen it. Let me see what else. Oh, I saw from Herschel Gordon Lewis, Something Weird. This is, let me see, from 1967, a boiling bizarre tale of mad love that crashes through the supernatural. An accident victim makes a deal with a particularly hideous witch in which he receives extraordinary ESP powers. He uses these powers to help the police solve crimes. I didn't even get that from it. It's just an old 60s indie kind of horror monster idea. It's okay. I don't know. It's only got 2.8 on here. I feel like that's pretty accurate, but I just try to watch that stuff, not really knowing what to expect, or I don't know. I thought it'd be better. It was not. So who cares? And then I finally saw, I say finally like I cared, but Drop Zone, starring Wesley Snipes, taking crime to a new height. This is from 1994. It's directed by John Badham. And the weird thing about this, or not weird, it's like, I always think of like Point Break and skydiving. This is kind of like a skydiving crime movie type thing, which is in that Point Break-esque feel. Wesley Snipes falls into the daredevil world of skydiving in this high-octane thriller that takes crime fighting to new heights. So yeah, he's a cop. He gets in with the skydiving gang. And I don't know, I liked it. It was cool. Didn't love it, but I thought it was cool. And I saw this weird movie. It's called Steam the Turkish Bath. Official selection of Cannes Film Festival. As seductive as its title, this lovely contemplative film affirms that happiness is possible in this life. This is a dude who inherits this property, finds out it's a Turkish bath. It takes place in Turkey. Directed by Ferzan Özpetek. And let me see what it says here. So it's rated 3.2 on Letterboxd. What he inherited was a sexual awakening. Francesco and Marta run a husband and wife design company in Rome. When Francesco's aunt dies in Istanbul, he travels there to sort out the Haman Turkish steam bath that she left him. He finds a love and warmth in his relatives. Istanbul Istanbul. Why can't I even say that? Home that is missing from his life in Italy. Falls in love with some dude in there, and it's kind of like art film. I don't know. It's good. Whatever. And I got around to seeing, which I actually really liked, Hard Rain, starring Morgan Freeman and Christian Slater. A wild, thrilling, chilling action ride. This was really cool. I don't know. Gets swept up in the action as an armored car driver, Christian Slater tries to elude a gang of thieves led by Morgan Freeman while a flood ravages the countryside. Hard Rain is a wild, thrilling, chilling action ride filled with close calls, uncertain loyalties, and heart-stopping heroics. And I don't know, dude. I liked it. I didn't think I'd like it, so that's always cool. Directed by Mikel Solomon from 1998, and it's a heist film in the rain, and they're riding jet skis through high schools and stuff. I don't know. Fucking awesome in that regard. And then I saw all three, because, Halloween just passed or whatever, and I was trying to catch up on some horror. All three Candyman. Candyman 1, We Dare You to Say This 5 Times. Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh. And Candyman, Day of the Dead. And obviously the first one is fantastic. Second one's halfway decent, and third one's insane. Like, it just falls off, but it's cool to have watched all three. And definitely some cult classics that good to have seen. And I have never watched a Halloween movie, and I own Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So I was like, dude, I'm going to watch it. Watched it on Halloween, and guess what? There's no Michael Myers in this one. What the fuck? The Night No One Comes Home. This was, I guess, some sort of spin-off of the Halloween series, where something that happens on Halloween, that I think it's the only one that doesn't have Michael Myers, ironically. I thought it was cool. It's whatever. I mean, I was thinking Michael Myers would be in it. He was not. And surprise, surprise, it's kind of funny when you have an idea of a franchise and you start at the third one and it's not even anything compared to that. And I think all the other ones ever since have Michael Myers in before and after, so that was weird, but whatever. I was just trying to catch up on all my horror, and I happen to own that. Well, that being said, try your hardest, do your best, read more books, stay humble, stay gracious, podcast